what I'm going to do, I'm going to sign into, I'm going to close a bunch of things here, John. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my email, close some of the extra stuff here. I can close things that have nothing to do with what we're doing today, right, John?
Yes, ma'am.
Get some pretty, I'll leave that open, get some pretty fun stuff open there too. First, let me make sure I have the site still. Now that I've said it a few times, I should be able to remember it. Too many zeros. Whoops. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pretend I'm at work today. I teach at a private pre-K through 8 Christian school in San Jose. And we have Google Apps. We begin in 3rd grade with our Google Apps. So our 1st and 2nd graders do come to class with me, but they only have passwords that'll get them onto the computers in the lab and accelerated reader. They don't get email until 3rd grade. But then in 3rd grade, they get email and Google Apps. And the reason I'm telling you this is because sometimes people don't realize that you can use these tools with lots of people. Make my font bigger. Thank you.
Now, that's another little side trick, because I just started getting my old eyes last year. I used to be able to see everything happening. On your browser, if you, on the Mac especially, the old Command plus, the font gets bigger.
Plus, plus, plus.
Okay? You are not a slave to the font size you get. That's the default for the young people.
What am I hitting that makes it go small? I asked because I'm not even
Control minus.
doing it.
You might be bumping your head on something. So this is something you would never see, but because I oversee Google Apps for our school, this is what that person in some other office who gets to control things would see. I'm going to go to my inbox, and I have to tell you, I have not looked at my inbox yet today, so I don't know what's going to pop up. But I did want to just kind of show you, I'm just going to have faith that there's nothing bad here. Okay, I got a question from one of my co-teachers, I got a Google Earth file from a 4th grader. Okay, so I want to point out to you, so this is what my inbox looks like. Is this what your inbox looks like? Somewhat. You might not have the graphs, right? I chose a pretty theme, that's all. Now, what you might not have are these purple labels. So I'm going to tell you a little story. I have, my middle schoolers do this big survey project, and we're actually going to kind of touch on that later because we use Google Sites for that. In my inbox right now, you can see some things with purple labels. I've gone in and I've set up a filter and set up a label so that if an email comes in with the exact subject header that I told the kids to use, it goes in that filter. Now, I told the kids to do this in an email that said, here's the 10 steps to sending me this email to request your topic idea. And if you don't follow all these steps, each step is a point. You get 10 points for this email. So the email to me is a little assignment. Well, if they don't put survey topic ideas, this label will not be applied, and I won't see it to approve their topics, because what I do is I go into my little labels, and I only look for what the label pulled up. So you can set those up, and it's pretty handy, because you might have a lot of emails coming to you for many different reasons, and you might want your attention drawn to something. John, can I, in your Safari, can I do multiple logins?
Anything
It'll work?
No.
Right then, I'm not getting anything I want, I'm getting almost anything I want. All right, so I'll show you that later because I use a lot more labels in my personal Gmail. Pretty much everything that comes into me gets classified at some point. But notice that now I'm only looking at the things that had that label. The label disappears, so it's not too cluttered, and I can see these 2 things are still in my inbox. All these other things I kind of put aside because I've already read them. So you can see that all of the emails that have the same exact subject heading, oh look, yours has a preview. I don't really want, no, thank you. Okay. So, would you like to see how to set up those labels?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I want to do next. Okay, so let me go back to my inbox just so you can see. I've got this quarantine thing as a filter. Anything that's Twitter related comes up with a filter. I think that I only have a few set up in school. All right, so here's how we do that. Of course, they've moved it.
So we go, wait a minute, we're missing a piece of the directions.
Sure.
Where do we go? We're all on the Cal State Peace Training site. So now, where do we go next? Do we open our browser?
Okay, so if you're at our site, you're already in your browser.
Right.
You could open up a new window or a new tab, either way.
Okay.
And however you normally go to your email, your
Just sign into
your Google Apps
Right.
email.
CST, yeah.
Yeah. So if you're wanting to do this while we're showing the demo, Yours might look a little different from mine
Not much.
Not much.
because of where they hide things. I set up my stuff a while ago, so we have to find it. Not that.
Like I want to give each faculty member their own color.
I don't know if I want to do that. I'm just gonna, I'm looking around while everybody gets here because I don't remember yours. I was like, I don't remember where they moved it to. Okay, so, I don't know if you noticed recently, well, you guys have only been in your Google Apps for about a month or two now. So it may have been not as recently as that, but everything that you want to be able to mess with is under a gear symbol, that little sprocket looking thing. And if you just think, I want to do something, and I can't find it, you look under the sprocket. Now this, right now I have two sprockets because there's options related to my whole account, and there's options related to the fact that I'm in email right now. So when you get into your email, you're going to want to, even bigger, all right, you're going to want to go to the little gear that's in the email area called settings. And I'm going to go into settings under settings. That's
Settings under settings.
because there's a lot of things, like if you wanted to have the pretty grass and stuff, you can play with themes, but not right now. Okay? You can reward yourself with that after you set up some filters later. Okay, so I'm going to go into settings, and there are lots and lots of options. Now, because we're zoomed in quite a bit, they're all kind of stacking up in that little navigation at the top, but usually it goes across the top there. And there's labels, and there's also filters. What you might want to do is decide what labels you want to have. I'm not used to the different scrolling and line now. Decide the different labels that you want to have, and then you can create some. Again, yours is going to look a little less cluttered than mine because we're zoomed in so you can see things. Somewhere you'll see a button that says Create New Label. So you can see that I have a number of different labels.
I'm just going to,
Sure.
sorry to interrupt you, but you should be looking at your Gmail.
Right.
This is this.
Account. If you haven't logged into your Gmail
So,
account,
open.
you should log into your Cal State Teach Gmail account.
Yeah, you're going to want to
And if
be in
you're
that
having any
inbox.
trouble with doing that, then.
Yeah, we've got folks that
our
can help us. Yes.
Where,